Tracy Carson of Tracy Carson Media suggests that as time goes on and we're almost coming to the end of the year, that we need to have a best of and the worst of. And I need everybody to help me out with this because I've done 100 and semi videos so far. I'm up to actually, wow, wait a minute, to tell you how much I did this year.
Okay.
This is actually episode 41 of this year. So I have a lot of them. Please help me out and pull in or remember or something like that the best of and the worst of nomination of the year. But I'm going to start it off. And we're going into the second hour, so I will not be able to play the full video. This is the first part of it. I will play the second part of it in the second half of the show. But this right now is my nominee for the worst of the year.
Anniversary. I'm a 35-year-old female, and 7 years ago, I lost my husband, daughter, and mother to a car accident. They were hit by a drunk driver that drove through a red light and killed all of them on impact. Their deaths greatly affected me, and if it weren't for my friends and years of therapy, I would be in a much lower place. I am thankful for their support and have been able to process my grief properly. 2 years ago, I took a job offer that provided more benefits than my current one and moved far away from my city to another. I traveled back to occasionally meet up with friends and of course to visit my family's graves on their death anniversary. It's a 7-hour car drive or around an hour by plane. Due to COVID last year, I drove to avoid contact with people and stayed in my old house. This year I plan to do the same thing but ran into an issue with my friend having her wedding in my old city. My 33-year-old friend Amy announced that she was engaged last year to her boyfriend of 3 months. My friend group and I were quite shocked as we had never met him, nor did we know she was dating anyone as we usually tell each other. But nonetheless, we congratulated her and we were happy for her. They were supposed to have their wedding last year but couldn't due to COVID and postponed it to this year. We are not in the US, by the way, and COVID cases are now less than 10 here in my country. We are allowed gatherings of less than 15 people, and that is what Amy decided to do for her wedding. About a week ago, Amy called me privately to tell me her plans for her wedding. She told me that she is having it on the same day of my family's death anniversary and would like me to not visit their graves and just attend the wedding instead. I was quite shocked that the wedding was planned that specific day and questioned as to why she picked that day. Amy told me she just liked the numbered date and told me that I can't just gatekeep a certain day. Then I asked her why can't I go visit my family's grave. She told me she doesn't want my sadness and grief to take attention to her wedding. I was incredibly stunned at what she said. I know I am quite emotional, but I know how to compose and behave myself at certain events. Here's where I think I am the jerk. I told Amy that unfortunately I will not miss out on visiting my family's graves. I tried to ask for a compromise and told her if my emotions were that much of a problem, I'll attend their graves after the wedding was over. She said she wants my support for the entire day and dedicate it towards her, but she'll think about my offer. It's been a week and I have not heard from her. I feel like I should just go to the wedding to keep the peace as I owe it to her, especially after all the support and love she gave after my family's death, but it still doesn't feel right to just attend the wedding and forget about my family. Would I be the jerk if I told her I won't be attending the wedding at all if she hasn't reached a decision? But before you decide, there's an update from the future.
Okay, so I don't want anybody to say anything. I know it's hard. Keep all comments, everything right now compressed. I just want anybody to say anything. I just want that first part just to soak in. We are going to take our first break. Please do not forget to hit that like button if you're not willing to come in for the second half. See, Adam's face is actually showing how I know everybody in the audience is looking right now because they're like, no, I want to say something. Don't say anything. We're going to exhale during this break. So we're going to come back to the second part of this story We're also going to play a real or not, and of course, Foxy's videos of the week. So we're going to take a 3-minute break to reboot and refresh, and we'll see everybody on the other